Sharks. My name is Julia Rogers.
And I'm Sarah Beth Jaffe. We're here seeking $150,000 in exchange for 10% of our company.
Sharks, thank you so much for joining us on this special day. A day like today requires so much attention to detail. From the dress to the tuxedo, the dinner to the dancing, and the planning could go on forever.
I really love my fiance.
Are you sure you even know him?
I don't think he has any student debt.
Is he gonna cheat on you?
I think we're gonna stay together forever. But just in case,
we're here to talk about the most important topic. Prenups!
Hello Prenup!
Hello Prenup is the first digital platform to allow couples to create a prenuptial agreement in hours instead of months and for a fraction of the cost without ever leaving their couch.
Young couples are getting prenups more and more, but the traditional process of getting a prenup is expensive, time-consuming, and a bit taboo. But with Hello Prenup, the process is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Go to our website. Each fiancé completes an in-depth questionnaire detailing the terms of their prenuptial agreement, as well as a comprehensive financial disclosure. The happy couple comes together to resolve any differences in their answers, and boom, they can download their prenuptial agreement and get back to planning their special day.
Huh. The total addressable prenup market is valued at over $550 million, Sharks. So what do you say, Sharks? Will you partner with us?
Wow, ding ding, great pitch. You know, the thing about prenups is I like the I like the name. I mean, the only thing that I think would be better is if it was like wewantprenup.com or something like that, harkening back to the days of Kanye West. But no, I think that it is, you know, anywhere as an entrepreneur, anywhere that there is an inefficiency, you know, and there's an opportunity, right, for you to figure out, like, how do we cut through the craft? How do we get more niched or niched in and get some, you know, because, like, you know, not any lawyer, but a lot, you know, there's plenty of lawyers around to do it, but you know, you have to go and find a lawyer, you got to talk about it and all that stuff. And I'm willing to bet that the reason more prenups are a thing now as than they were maybe 20, 30 years ago is because I say kids, people are getting married at older ages when they already have things established. You know, my generation coming out of high school in 2004, you know, most of my generation right in that area came out of college and had the 2008, 2009 financial crisis to deal with, and not having jobs and putting things off and putting things down, people having kids later in life, people getting married. I mean, I know I got married later, a little later, you know, not right out of high school or anything like that, but you know, when I get married, 2000, I would have been 26. I think I was 26 when I got married. But, or yeah, something, or no, 25, something like that. Anyway, point being is that people aren't getting married at 17, 18 years old as much, in my opinion. And maybe I'm wrong. Let me know down in the comments below. Speaking of comments, we'll feature one of your comments from down below at the end of this video, as well as check out their website and social media. So stick around for that at the end of the video.
What are your backgrounds and how did you get to this?
I am a divorce attorney at a top family law firm in Boston, Massachusetts. So over the last 10 years, I've really spent a lot of time talking to thousands of potential prenup clients, and they're looking for an option that is collaborative, that is quick, and that is cheaper than the traditional methods out there. I realized what I really needed was a technical co-founder, and so Sarah Beth and I partnered in March of 2021.
I am a software engineer by trade. I landed my first full-time job at Microsoft, and I recently got engaged, and
congrats.
And I looked into prenups. I found that there was really no good solution. I came across Hello Prenup. I cold emailed her, and we've been working together through Zoom, actually, for the last 6 months.
We just met last night.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
And how many prenups have you written?
We've written over 25 prenups.
Oh
You've
no.
written
Yes.
25.
So look, we've had a few struggles with the software, which is where I came in.
It took me about 2 years in total to develop. So I funded this 100% myself. So I used overseas developers, and then I soft launched in March of 2020. Now, 2020 was a tough year for weddings. We all know that.
Yeah. How much have you made?
Yeah, so we made 20,000 in lifetime sales. That's mostly because our platform was not really operational all of
Oh,
2020.
no excuses. We just asked.
Yes.
So let's talk about the next year. What were you going to make?
Yes. Our projection, our most conservative projection, is 4.1 million.
Wow. All right. It's yeah. So there's a lot of technical issues that come along with. Let's start like overseas development. Nothing wrong with overseas development, but when you're not there, there might be a language barrier. And anytime you're paying a developer for anything, website, app development, program development, there's such a common problem that you run into is like, oh, it's going to cost this amount of money, XYZ. Cool. We get about halfway in, and then they're like, well, we kind of need more money and you're already in it for, $30, $40, $50,000. And it's like, well, you got to either keep paying to get where you need it to be, or you got to find somebody else and start all over in the money and the programming part and everything. So it's very difficult. So, I mean, having them two find each other is awesome. But it's also during a time when not as many weddings are happening. People put off weddings. I mean, more weddings happened in 2020 summer than say 2020 summer, but or spring and fall. But yeah, it's difficult. Most conservatives 4.1 million. That is a tough number to believe. I think if their conservative number came out and said we're hopeful to do like 600,000 to 1 million, they might not be as skeptical. The Sharks, that is, out of the gate here. And Sarah Beth and Julia, I would love to have one or both of you come here for an interview. It would be awesome to have you and talk about this.
I
Great
loved you
projection.
until that. That is an absolute dream.
It is a dream, guys.
So
Well,
what does
hang on.
one cost? What
Great
does one
question.
cost?
So a prenup through us costs $599. The average prenup costs $5,000.
The number one cost is customer acquisition.
So our customer acquisition costs are very high right now. We're currently not profitable. However, we are a tech company, and right now we are the number one source of information on prenuptial agreements online.
Good for you.
In the
That's
entire
really smart.
internet.
Yeah. This is space I've
Well,
been long.
that's important, right? Content creation is super important, but so any business that you have, if you can corner that market through content, then you're going to lower that customer acquisition cost because you're not going to run ads and things of that nature. I mean, obviously, I think Mr. Wonderful is probably their best path to a deal here because of his Rolodex email list and all that for his wonderful weddings or the wonderful platform. Mr. Wonderful platform, but yeah, I don't know.
Time. But because you actually don't yet know your customer acquisition cost, I would need to know that because I don't know whether you're worth $1.5 million or whether you're worth 10 million or
Our
what
customer acquisition cost will be basically zero in 60 days.
will be, and I
60
wish that to be the case, but I don't know that yet. For
Actually,
that
Mr.
reason,
Wonderful, before
I'm
you
out.
say
I'm
anything
out.
else,
Oh, no.
Your
Listen,
time.
I think what you've done is genius.
Thank
I think
you.
you are right on the money. I do think you're really early and you're right at the precipice of it. But I'm sorry, too early for me. I'm out.
That's a shame. I mean, the Mr. Wonderful is a dagger there. I think that the way they came in and priced it at $150,000 for 10% isn't terrible. I mean, if they really believe that in 60 days they could fix their customer acquisition costs and get it down. I mean, the other thing is the prenup thing is it is a bit of a long play, right? Just because people are finding out about it doesn't necessarily mean they're ready to get married at that point in time, or that they're maybe they just got engaged and they're 2 years out from actually getting. I mean, I know I was 2 years out from getting married from the time we got engaged, but it's a long play. It isn't necessarily like oh, I just found out about this, now I'm going to go and do it. I think the $5.99 price is great. It does call to mind LegalZoom.com. I don't know if they do prenups on there or not, but I think even if they did, having that niched market and cornered, it could be super valuable. Could be super valuable. That's a shame Mr. Wonderful didn't want to come in and say, well, I'll take a third for 150,000 and we'll go to market and kill it. He just didn't. I think he's a little too hung up on the customer acquisition costs at this point. It's a short-sightedness, I think, especially for people in Boston.
Guys, while I think it's a good business and you're on a great path, there's just so many issues for me. So for those reasons, I'm out.
I understand.
Okay.
Thank you so
Well,
much.
thank you so much.
Guys, for me, intuitively, it feels like somebody who really wants a prenup is still going to go to a lawyer, and other people are going to go to you for information. Could be wrong. I wish you
You know
all the
what?
success, but for me,
Before you go Robert,
I gotta go. I'm out. I'm sorry.
Oh,
people
man.
really want a prenup. A lot of times,
They're gonna go to a lawyer.
Millennials want prenups. They want to get prenups, or their parents, who are about to pass down $60 trillion in wealth to them, want them to get prenups. And then the millennials say, this is an awkward conversation. I really don't want to go to a divorce lawyer. Who wants to hire a divorce lawyer before they get married? And so then they go online,
Well
they
said.
find Hello Prenup, they satisfy their parents, they create a valid prenuptial agreement, and they're done. The process is painless.
I think Julia's right in the sense that unless you have a ton, like, look, the $60 trillion being passed down thing, unless you personally have a ton of money riding on it, having a prenup isn't a terrible idea. If you have a ton of money riding on your marriage, or potentially riding on your marriage, then like spending $5,000, you're probably going to want to go get a lawyer. But there's a lot of people that they're not bringing tons of money into the picture. They're bringing their career. Maybe they bought a house or something to that effect, and they just want to keep what they have and keep it separately, even if it's only separate for, say, hey, after 4 years or 5 years, the house that I own becomes our house, and you get your name on it or whatever. Like, it doesn't have to be a dirty thing. It's just a layer of protection, especially as people, millennials and Gen Z, likely get getting married later in life will have more than, like, say, my neighbors across the street. When they got married, they had nothing. They literally started with nothing. They started from ground zero of nothing, and so when they got married, there was no reason for a prenup because they had nothing gained, nothing lost, and anything they would have, they had because they worked together to make it happen. So it's a different. I mean, they were in their they were in their 60s, 70s when they were talking about this. So but when they got married, they were very, very young. So it's just different.
It's all great advice, but I don't think any of these guys have seen what I've seen, which is there are two ways to start tech companies in Silicon Valley. One way is to go get a lot of venture capital and go big or go home.
Yeah.
The other way is to be scrappy, to be entrepreneurial.
Right, we've never
and to
seen
own
that.
something.
I've never seen that.
Well, you're
I don't
seeing it
even
right
know
now.
what you're talking about.
Seeing it right now.
Yeah.
I believe in you guys.
Thank you
I
so
believe
much.
in the space. I do believe there's a market, and I think it will come to you. I would be happy to put 150,000 in for 30%.
There's the 30% I was talking about.
So tell me, am I coming along for the ride?
Well, that is a bit high for equity
You
for
can
us.
counter.
Ladies, you have $20,000 in lifetime sales, and now you have an offer from the founder of Nextdoor. What are you even thinking about?
Well, I'll tell you what they're thinking about. What they're thinking about is their conservative numbers, $4.1 million, and they already have well undervalued their business based on that low projection. And again, to me, like, I would like to just try to get Kevin in on the deal for 750. So for 75, they do 20-25%, and they each get 10% would be great.
Store, by the way.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm sticking at 30.
But we have worked so hard to build this company.
Cry me a
I
river.
put $130,000 of my own money.
Give me a
See,
counter. Give me a counter.
that 130,000 speaks to how expensive it is to hire other developers to make this happen. A website, an app, that the security side of things, not that easy, not that simple, and that's one of the reasons why you usually have to get a co-founder who knows how to program. If you want to be successful if that is the business, then that needs that, or a vital part of the business, not just an add-on to the business. You gotta have somebody who knows what they're doing. And apparently she's got that in Sarah Beth.
To this. So we would like to counter $150,000
12%.
for 20%.
No, don't do it. 20%. Okay, good.
Let's meet in the middle. I'll come
25.
down to 25, and you got a deal because I believe in you guys.
Is there any way that we could include another shark if we're giving that much equity away?
I forgot that I'm working with an attorney here. I don't know if that's a good thing.
We really do want to integrate this as a regular thing in the wedding industry. Adding this as an option onto your wedding registry.
Hang on a sec. Do you know who he is?
Yeah, why do you need another shark?
He's not good enough, and you want to go to
We're
Kevin?
not saying that.
Oh, no.
Let's face it, I have the databases already. I've got the names. I don't know if New York wants a partner, okay? But if there's going to be a partnership, I go in for 50% with him, but I want 15%. Otherwise, why am I getting out of bed? I mean,
That's a no-brainer for you guys. 150 for 30, I will accept
You
that
gotta do that,
because
guys.
I
Yeah.
want the best for you.
Yeah, take
Do
it.
you accept the offer?
Take it.
Yes,
We
please
accept
have
that
that offer.
Woo! All right.
Say I do.
Congratulations.
Love it.
Super excited.
Love it. We're gonna check out their website in a second.
1, 2, 3.
All right, nice catch. Ding ding.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Emily, Julia, Sarah Beth, I'd love to have you on the
So
show.
much cash with no
You guys
expenses.
will do well with that. You guys will do well.
have no idea. This is how people become millionaires.
Oh my God.
We met about
Love
6
it.
months ago over Zoom, and since partnering, we got into the tank, we made a deal with 2 amazing sharks, and now we're ready to work harder than ever to scale this business.
Ding ding. All right, let's check out their helloprenup.com. I love seeing faces, people happy, they're married, a complete prenup platform engineered to get you back to planning your wedding. So I wonder, is the price still $599? I guess is the question. Let's see how it works. Yeah, $599 per couple, and must be paid by one fiance prior to download. Should you choose to hire an attorney to review your agreement prior to signing, you can simply bring them the easily edited Word document. That's great, because that's the other thing is you could make it and then bring it to a lawyer to get checked out on. Let's check out they got 6,300 on Instagram. Love seeing faces. They are just gonna kill it. That's so cool. I love the fact that they did the countdown up the Shark Tank, building up the anticipation, getting some engagement there. They have 8 followers on Pinterest. Oh, they pinned 5 hours ago. All right. I don't know enough about Pinterest. 12 subscribers on their YouTube channel, which is great. It's great to have. They just gained another one. 13 subscribers. Ding ding. That's awesome. That's awesome. Twitter. They got 1,400 followers on Twitter, and they seem to be pretty active. Got some a little bit of engagement going there. Anyway, I would love to have one or both of you come here on the show. Just leave a comment down below. Like Mateus, I hope I said that right, said, keep up the great videos, man. Well, thank you so much, Mateus. I appreciate you watching, and I appreciate you watching. I'll see you in one of these 2 next videos. Take care.